Are we taking a position of running from the industry, or are we firmly taking a position as running headlong into it? That's what we're going to talk about today here on the Mortgage Loan Officer Podcast with me, Frank Garay, your host, and we are brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. I tell you, having dived, if that's the right word, or dove back into the mortgage space on my own with a little team, and working the business over the past, I don't know, 6 months or something like that, getting some business in the door. Uh, it's been very interesting for me. It's been a really, really interesting observation from so many different angles, like just just observing the industry and what's going on with it right now. Observing my resolve, in making sure I'm sticking with a plan and just a bunch of stuff. It's been really, really fascinating, and it continues to be. And today I wanted to talk about this notion of, either running from the industry or running headlong into it. And man, I'll just tell you right here, right now, if you're an originator listening to this, if you are discouraged in any way, shape, or form, you need to shake that off right now. Let me tell you something. There's business out there, man. There's business out there, and we need to run headlong into it. I think the problem for a lot of us in the industry who might be struggling, especially if we're seasoned people, such as myself, 35 years, is simply a lack of direction, no plan, using really terrible words like everybody or no one, these big giant words that encapsulate literally everybody, or none of the realtors have any business. Lie. Absolute horrific lie. Baloney. I'm working with plenty that have a lot. Everybody's dead. Not true. So not true. A lot of people are having trouble right now. Not everybody. Things like that, having these kind of concepts shoved in our head by mainstream media. If you're a social media guy and you're tuned into any type of mortgage or real estate news feeds right now, you may be feeling like the world is coming to an end. It's just, ugh. Just personally, I stopped social media. I do not go on Facebook. The only reason I go on Facebook is to post something for business for Breakfast Club. I'll go on the Breakfast Club group, post something there, my personal page, post something there, business related. But beyond that, I don't even look at it. What's the point? I don't have time to be told that something, is negative or bad or the world is. I don't have time for that. I'm busy. I need to get to work. I need deals. I don't need to commiserate on that with other people who simply don't have clarity and don't have a plan and don't have direction. And quite honestly, maybe just don't have the work ethic to, roll up the sleeves and become a salesperson again. I don't have time to deal with any of that. None whatsoever. No thanks. That's why I love Breakfast Club so much. Is it's positive every day. It's always positive every day. I host it, I run it, and it will always be nothing but positive and encouraging, because there's good reason to be positive and encouraging, because there's plenty of business out there to be had, man. You just got to know what you're doing. You have to have a plan. And so that's why, we adhere to the daily success plan at the Mortgage Marketing Animals. It's an excellent plan that is 100% guaranteed to work. We often say you don't test the daily success plan, it tests you. And that is the God's honest truth. There is no one who can say, I've worked the daily success plan perfectly and it did nothing for me. Baloney. Impossible. You work the daily success plan, even at 80% of its capacity, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, where'd this business come from? I'll give you an example just today. Today happens to be a Wednesday on Breakfast Club. We talked about calling our past client database. So many of us out there in this industry have not called our past client database. Just the biggest squandered opportunity ever by any of us, right? Just an absolute epic failure and loss of money. Your email blasts are cool, and they need to be done, right? So that's cool. But I tell you what, they are not enough. They are absolutely not enough. You need to be on the phone talking to people. And if you do, guess what? You're going to get business. And I don't want to hear their rates are so low. I know that. But here's the deal. A lot of them got to do cash out refis anyway, because they've run up a bunch of debt. But even more importantly, it's not that we're going for their business. They know people who are looking to buy. You think people aren't looking to buy? Then how come I've got like 9 pre-approvals right now? How come I'm closing 5 deals this month and I just got back into the business 6 months ago? Why? It doesn't make any sense. It's not my area. It's not because I'm Frank Garay. No, it's because I work a plan. And so where I wanted to go with all this today is we're in Q4, and I'm dating this, which we typically don't like to do on these podcasts, but it is Q4. This is, we're just getting started in the month of October of 2023 here, heading into 2024. And it really pays to scratch out some kind of a plan. Number one, you got to be on the daily success plan, period. End of story, done. If you're listening to this, you're not on it, then good luck. Whatever. Do your thing, man. And I'm not going to say there's other ways to get business. I know there is, right? I know there is. But if you want an extremely cost-effective way to get business quickly, real business, it's the daily success plan. But around the daily success plan, we still need to have a business plan, right? We need to have our goals in place. And in order to do that, we kind of got to start where we are today and understand where we sit today, where we were last year, and kind of what we want to do going forward. And then we have to be able to break that down into bite-sized pieces. Today on Loan Officer Breakfast Club, Tammy Schneider, the lovely Tammy Schneider, shared for us what we call the one-page business plan, which technically is 2, but not if you do front and back. It's still 1. And the only reason it expanded to that was because the lines, if we kept it on one page, the lines were just really kind of small to fill in. So we opened it up a little bit. It's still 1 page, front and back, but it is a very simple, well thought out, broken down business plan. I'm going to give you a link for it so you can download it. It's a speakable link. So even if you're in your car or whatever, you can hopefully remember it. And you can just go online and grab it, and you grab that business plan. What's even better is if you do that, someone from the team will reach out to you. They're even going to offer you a little session with either one of our coaches or one of our staff members who knows it inside and out to help you fill that business plan out properly. And so it's very simple. It's broken down into chunks so that it makes it easy to achieve the goal. See, the problem is a lot of times when we're doing business plans, we may say something, well, I'm closing 5 loans a month. Now I want to close 20. Okay. Well, okay. How do we get there? What's the method to do that? We don't just say it and write it down and then just do more of the same thing, thinking we're going to get more than 5. We have to have a plan. We have to break it down into pieces. I like it because Tammy put it together in such a way that we kind of lay out our personal goals, our business goals, and whatnot. But then we kind of break it down into quarterly. What do we need to accomplish to meet those things? I'll give you an example. I want to lose 20 pounds next year. Well, if I lose 5 pounds a quarter, wahoo, I did it. So now I got to focus on 5 pounds a quarter, not 20 pounds. Get what I mean? So it's kind of like that. And it's devised in such a way that makes it really easy to kind of lay out and just put your info in there, and it'll be great. Like, this is the kind of thing you get it filled out. You can thumbtack it to your wall and you can just see it every day, or to your cubicle or whatever, to help just keep you on track. And so I'm going to give you the link to that right now. So the link to that, if you want to grab it, is Business Plan LO, like loan officer, businessplanlo.com, businessplanlo.com. It's a cool little form. You grab it, you fill it out. You will want our direction on it, so I would encourage you to engage with the office on it and have somebody help you walk you through it. But man, oh man, it'll really turn things around. Part of it is going to be, understanding the daily success plan, understanding what I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And we can even give you what we like to call a strategy call there as well, where we just kind of go over with you, here's a plan that lots of other people are doing, and they are doing quite well, right now, when many are struggling, and it's just because they have a plan that works. So I would just really encourage you to do that. Go to businessplanlo.com, businessplanlo.com, and scratch that thing out, man. I know I'm doing it. I'm printing mine today, and I'm going to walk through this and really give it some consideration. And there's, many spots that we have to really just kind of sit down and go, what am I doing here? And I just would encourage you to do it. So it's Business Plan LO. businessplanlo.com. There is one thing that I do want to hit on before I get out of here and sign off for this podcast is at the end of it all, at the bottom of it, there's a couple of items that are there for you to consider, right? And to think about. And one of those things is, what's one piece of new technology that you would like to implement? And the other thing is, and what's one thing you'd like to stop doing, right? Those two items are good considerations. And I think especially what do you want to stop doing? And when I leave you here today, I just want you to really think about that. What's going on in your business right now that's driving you nuts? That's like, I wish I could stop doing that. Okay. Well, guess what? If you work with us at Mortgage Marketing Animals, we probably would agree with you. Yeah, you're right. You should stop doing that. The better part of it all is we probably have the plan on how to stop doing that. You think you're the only one that doesn't want to do that thing, whatever it is? No, it's probably every originator. And the nice thing about this industry and this business is you actually can tailor your business and the way that you do business in such a way that it really is a dream business for you. It really is. I'm working on it right now. I'm excited about the things that are happening with me and my team. I'm making some changes at the beginning of the year that are going to be really exciting for me. But I couldn't feel that way or express those feelings if I didn't have the plan, if I didn't know that it was possible, right? And so I don't know. That's what this is all about. So again, just as I started, my observations of dipping my toe back in the water and getting into the space have been pretty interesting. It's been pretty cool. But really, I think the thing that sticks out to me the most is just that, we have to be focused with a plan. We have to have a good plan in place, and we certainly need a business plan heading into next year. And to have a business plan that's broken down into such simple bite-sized pieces that we can work on, even with somebody who knows how to do it properly, over at the main office at the team, is just such a great, wonderful opportunity and such an important thing for us to do. So I would really encourage you to do that. Again, go to businessplanlo.com, businessplanlo.com, and we can take it from there. All right. Well, you guys have a good one. I'm going to get on out of here. Are you running from the industry, or are you running headlong into it? I hope you're running headlong into it, because it's worthy of it. It still is. And for those of us that are running headlong into it, man, it's going to pay off immediately. It's not one of these things where it's like, yeah, just stick with it because 8 months from now, it'll be okay. No, run headlong into it now. You'll be successful today. You'll be successful tomorrow. You don't have to wait for something to happen. And when that something does happen, you'll be even in a better position, right? A way better position. So, all right, guys, go to businessplanlo.com. Get the business plan. And also, man, I really encourage you to join us at the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. It's absolutely free. Absolutely free. 30 minutes of coaching. Super cool. Always positive. Always encouraging. Filled with absolutely killer information and strategy. Just so good. It's every Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern time. And you get there by going to loanofficerbreakfastclub.com, loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. And you get to hang out with literally hundreds and hundreds between the Zoom call attendees and our Facebook attendees that attend in our private groups. We're probably averaging 700 people a day, something like that, that show up, and we're all hanging out together as friends and comrades, and we have such a great sense of community and support. It's just incredible. And it's really turned out to be something very, very special. So it's absolutely free. There's nothing. Just sign up. loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. Let's go to loanofficerbreakfastclub.com and we'll hang out there. You know how cool it is? I'll tell you how cool it is. I do a word of the day every day. You know what today's word of the day was? I got really adventurous and I put two words together. I'll tell you. Mucho mojo, baby. Mucho mojo. Yeah. We all need some mojo. No, we need mucho mojo. I guess you had to be there to appreciate it. Anyways, you guys have a great one. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for joining me here at the Mortgage Loan Officer podcast. And we'll catch up with you later. Remember, brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. See ya. Adios. Bye-bye.